Before we begin, I have a confession to make. Paulette witnessed me eating 6 hot dogs earlier today. I figure after I gave you my whole spiel on how I have adopted Jack LaLanne's diet of only eggs and fish and sometimes chicken, I hammered 6 hot dogs today. Nobody say anything. I did eat it with 2 cans of black beans though. It was like chili style. It was really good. But it's just been weighing on me. Alright, man, glad that's off my chest. Let's read some Reddit. We're going to do some variety. Start with entertainment. Colin Farrell says Tom Cruise was not happy on Minority Report set after Farrell drank before filming and needed to do 46 takes of one scene. It went terrible. No shit, Colin. Don't do that, Colin. Why did you do that, Colin? You ruined everyone's day, Colin. I want to see what people have to say about it. That's fucking ridiculous. 46 is mind-boggling. Mouse Direct says, I mean, Tom Cruise's perfectionism aside, I think that would annoy all actors. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'll vote that. Who actually submitted this? This was submitted by MCFW31. To entertainment, read another one, then we'll move on. I'm glad Colin cleaned himself up. He's a great actor and I enjoy his work. Same here. Today I learned on the Russian version of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, audiences intentionally provide the wrong answer so often that contestants rarely use the Ask the Audience lifeline. That is hilarious. That was submitted by Greg's Fiction to Today I Learned with 34,000 upvotes. I'll give it 1 too, actually. First comment by Kratsis. Okay, so I was on the American version of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. Before the show, a producer warned me that the audience might try to give the wrong Ask the Audience answer because most of the people in the audience are people who came to be on the show but won't get on, so they are jealous of the contestants. He also warned me not to listen if they try to yell out the answers at other times. What I did experience is when I was asked a question and thinking of an answer, I could hear the audience whispering what they thought was the answer. It sounded like a room full of very quiet snakes. Also, I won 16 grand. I'll upvote that. The Real DeJoy says, Regis era? No, it was Meredith Vieira. Very nice. Her face was weirdly flat, like you cut a coconut in half and wrapped plastic wrap over it. I'm assuming a lot of plastic surgery. Expensive Tie 206 asks, just out of curiosity, do they just cut you a 16K check right then and there, or do they mail it to you later? Also, how much did taxes wipe out of that 16K? Kratsis responds, they gave me a comically big check behind stage, but didn't send me the actual check until the show aired a few weeks later. The check they sent me was also bigger, about 14 inches wide, with a big Who Wants to Be a Millionaire logo. I was so excited to get a reaction at the bank when I went to deposit it. The clerk didn't even acknowledge it. I still have the fake one somewhere in my safe. Most of the money went to remodeling my bathroom. I'm boring. As for taxes, they don't kid around. As soon as I was done with taping, says tapping, should be taping, whatever, a producer took me by the shoulder and walked me to a tent behind stage. Inside was a gruff older woman who was the IRS agent who processed the taxes. I wasn't allowed to do anything else until I went through her. I lost almost half of it in taxes, between federal taxes, taxes in New York where we filmed, taxes in California where the show is based, and then Pennsylvania taxes where I lived. Dude, that's awful. So the move there is to live in either New York or California. You'd want to live in, oh no, because they, wait, taxes in New York where you film. And then the show is based in California. That's messed up. They get you on both New York and California. You'd think they would foot the bill on either the California or the New York. I feel like they're double dipping there. Okay, let's move on. We beat that horse. Today I learned Bruce Willis was offered $3 million for 4 days of work to return in The Expendables 3, but turned it down because he wanted $4 million instead. Sylvester Stallone and everybody else involved rejected Willis's demand and moved on by replacing him with Harrison Ford within 72 hours. You know what, Bruce? I hope something terrible happens to you. I'm going to hell. That was a very Anthony Jeselnik style joke. Hey, Anthony, if you happen to see this, you can take it. You're welcome. We'll both go to hell. You're already there. You're going way faster than me, though. I want to read some comments. Fun Machine says, Bruce's quote for the last 10 years of his career was $1 million per day. $1 million per day. That's amazing. Hey, guys, do me a favor. Like and subscribe, please. Let's get me 1 mil a day. By the way, that was submitted by Tyrion 2024 to Today I Learned. I'll go ahead and upvote it. That already has 47,000 upvotes. I'll get Fun Machine too. Moving on. Shower thoughts, submitted by Leylorang. If you lose a leg, your BMI goes down. If you lose another leg, your BMI goes up. BMI is based on weight and height. It had 9.9 thousand upvotes, by the way. First comment by Lightly Salted Peanuts. Is that how they measure legless people? If a veteran had both their legs blown off at the knee, do they update their height on their license after measuring them standing on the stumps? Or do they use their height with prosthetics? If they get new prosthetics that change their height, do they update it again? These are all good questions. Chthonic Flames, or however you say that name, says, nope. The body has a few fairly specific ratios, so even if you forgot how tall you were, medical professionals would estimate your height based on the length of your arms, for example. The BMI claim is also false. There are modified formulas specifically for amputees. Weena Choro responds, another shower thought destroyed, down the drain. Mods, close the thread, please. Let's move on. Submitted by Alien Pro to Shower Thoughts again. This one has how many upvotes? 2.3 thousand. On average, 6 to 8 people die between your blinks. We're a happy, relaxing channel here, folks. 6 to 8 people. 6 to 8 people. Okay, I just blinked. Wait, watch this. Okay. I may have just taken out like half of my neighborhood. Maybe now things will be quiet around here. I want to see what people have to say about this. Lawjaw Loppy says, so don't open your eyes and save the world? Okay, I'll upvote it. That's fine. Sincerely responds, no, you have to keep them open. Lawjaw responds, but isn't that between a blink? I suppose if you kept your eyes open longer than usual, you would cut down a lot of deaths too. This is nonsensical. I'm getting the fuck out of this. Another shower thought. This one submitted by Cheddar Ben with 1,500 upvotes. Funny how pirates always have parrots, but we never see the mountain of bird shit that would be streaming down their backs. Upvote. Let's read a comment. Imaginary Aid says, one of my high school friends had some eccentric socialite parents, a doctor and a lawyer. They had a gorgeous historic home and decor near Martha's Vineyard and 2 huge white cockatoos that had free reign of their entire home. They shit everywhere, and it was a daily thing to put the new newspaper down under their perches all over their house. Dabnata responds, lol, you can absolutely potty train cockatoos. Putting newspaper down everywhere is such a terrible way to get that under control. Hey, I knew a girl that had a cockatoo. Or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 or 8. All right, I'm going to kill this. This was just almost a throwaway. I just wanted to hang out with you guys. I got a message from Pepperoni Tony a while back, OG of the channel, and I haven't seen them reappear since I came back, but they were saying they missed the Wikipedia reads. So I just want to close it out by reading some boring Wikipedia, but this time I'm going to read about pepperoni in honor of Pepperoni Tony. Cool? You around? Tony, show yourself. Where you at? Pepperoni is an American variety of spicy salami made from cured pork and beef seasoned with paprika and chili peppers. Before cooking, pepperoni is characteristically soft, slightly smoky, and bright red. Sliced pepperoni is one of the most popular pizza toppings in American pizzerias. Traditionally made pepperonis curl into cups in the pizza oven's intense heat. Commercialization of the production of pepperoni created slices that would lie flat on the pizza. The curled cup and char style of pepperoni remained popular in pockets of the Midwest. The term pepperoni is a borrowing of pepperoni, the plural of pepperoni, the Italian word for bell pepper. You'll have to read it to understand it, guys. The first use of pepperoni to refer to a sausage dates to 1916 at the latest. In Italian, the word peperoncino refers to a chili pepper. Those things are good if they're the same things as the pepperoncinis that I put on my Subway not Subway sandwiches, but Jersey Mike's or Subway. It depends. You know what I'm talking about. The first printed mention of pepperoni was in 1888 in the Times of London. In 1919, it was mentioned as being available in New York City. It is a cured dry sausage with similarities to the spicy salamis of southern Italy, which it is based, such as salsiccia or sopressata. Main differences are that pepperoni is less spicy, has a finer grain akin to spiceless salami from Milan, is usually softer in texture, and is usually produced with the use of an artificial casing. Pepperoni is made from pork or from a mixture of pork and beef. Turkey meat is also commonly used as a substitute, but the use of poultry in pepperoni must be appropriately labeled in the United States. It is typically seasoned with paprika or other chili peppers. Prior to cooking, pepperoni is characteristically soft, slightly smoky, and bright red. I feel like we're repeating this. Curing with nitrates or nitrites, usually used in modern curing agents to protect against botulism and other forms of microbiological decay, also contributes to pepperoni's reddish color by reacting with heme in the myoglobin of the proteinaceous components of the meat. Bro, how smart did I just sound right there? Serving. Sliced pepperoni is one of the most popular pizza toppings in American pizzerias. According to convenience store decisions, in 2009, Americans consumed 251.7 million pounds, 114.2 million kilograms, of pepperoni annually on 36% of all pizzas produced nationally. I absolutely get pepperoni when I get pizza. I got cheese that one time at the W. That's also delicious, but I like pepperoni. What's your favorite pizza? Put in the comments. Curious what you guys eat. In the Canadian province of Nova Scotia, deep-fried pepperoni, served on its own, usually with a honey mustard dipping sauce, is common pub food. That's interesting. Huh. Mustard, I'd do it. I would totally do that. Cup and char. Pepperoni has a tendency to curl up from the edges in the heat of the pizza oven. Historically, all pepperonis showed at least some of this tendency to curl in the oven. As commercial suppliers became the main suppliers to pizza shops, they developed a sausage stuffing technique that resulted in a pepperoni that does not curl. An additional benefit of non-curling pepperoni is that it eliminates the small deposits of hot grease that formed in the cupped pepperoni, therefore also eliminating any possible liability for customers who burn themselves on it. I mean, that's on them though, right? The original style became known as cup and char pepperoni and remains popular in parts of the Midwest and Great Lakes areas, particularly around Cleveland, Ohio, and Buffalo, New York, and regained popularity in other areas in the 2010s. It is more expensive to produce. And with that, maybe I'll go eat salmon. I shouldn't be eating anything right now. It's 3:48 a.m., guys. It's 3:48 a.m., and I don't really care because I just kind of do my own thing. I do my own thing. Okay. I'm gonna go. Paulette, you ready to go to sleep? Maybe I'll eat a protein bar and a banana. Maybe I'll make a shake. I'll put the banana in the shake. I'll put the banana in the shake and I'll eat a protein bar. That's what I'm gonna do. All right, good shit. Love you guys. Next time. No, it was Meredith Vieira. Very nice. Her face was weirdly flat, like you cut a coconut in half and wrapped plastic wrap over it. I have to retake that. That's a fucking weird description, bro.